Hit the like button for your boy.
So I'm supposed to be going on a trip next month for spring break. At the end of this month, actually, because it's March now for spring break.
Okay.
So I sent my money, my portion of the Airbnb, like last week, okay? And the girl, this is like a friend of my friend. So this is not directly my friend. The girl who put the deposit down for the Airbnb and who put the deposit down for the Airbnb on her Airbnb account, she's a friend of my friend. So this is like my mutual. This is not directly my friend. This is very important, okay? She sends me this message this morning. Hey girl, to be honest, I'm not proud to admit this, but I had an emergency come up. So I had to use the $400 you sent me for the Airbnb to help cover my rent money for this month.
What?
Do you think you could send another payment of $400? Because if not, we'll most likely lose the Airbnb. And I don't know if we'll be able to find another one. I promise I'll pay you back the full $800, most likely later after the trip. So as soon as I read this message, I call her. Am I the only one who thinks that it's genuinely disrespectful for me to send you money for one thing, and you make an executive decision by yourself to spend my money for your rent money without asking me, without letting me know, and now you're coming to me after the fact and asking me to send you another $400, right? Coming out of my pocket, $800, so we can still go on the trip.
Disrespectful to me isn't a strong enough word. The words that come to my mind is more than one word. It would be incoming ass whooping. Was that 3 words? She has an ass whooping coming her way. Theo Coop is not a violent man. I believe that any adults, once you pass the age of 25, you shouldn't be out here squabbling in these streets. You should be able to handle any conflict that you have with words. That's why you have a brain. That's why you're an adult now. With that being said, the nerve to take your money, spend it on her rent money, and then have the balls, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, the unmitigated gall, to ask you for another $400 again? Again! Who do you think? Man, I tell you this.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
And also, I want you fellas to realize this. And I'm not talking about this particular lady talking. I'm talking about the woman who took her money. When they talk about men being broke or black men, y'all, a bunch of broke dusties, what they're doing, y'all, is projecting because they're broke. This woman who's in charge of the Airbnb money doesn't even have enough money to cover that month's rent, but is planning a vacation on spring break. With your broke self, I'd be so pissed.
I don't want to go anymore. I told her on the phone, I don't want to go anymore. And I need my $400 back because I won't be going anymore. Am I tripping? And we're on the phone and she tells me that she's asked around and she's asked the other girls if they could come out and send another payment of $400 too, if they could cover the $400 that's missing that she used for the rent money and nobody else was able to help out and cover the $400, so we're going to lose the Airbnb. We sent you money to pay for the Airbnb and you used our money to pay for something else. And now we don't have an Airbnb for the spring break trip. I don't want to go on the spring break trip no more. Am I the only one who feels like this is just highly disrespectful? And am I the only one who feels like I'm not entitled, or like I don't have to pay for, I don't have to send the $400 again. And I don't have, I don't know. Am I tripping? Please comment down below.
You're not tripping. Many years ago, I wanted my family to start somewhat of a family investment group where we all kick in, let's say $500 a month. And I'm talking 20 to like 40 people in my family. We all kick in $500 a month. That's when we start our investment pool, and then we turn this into some type of business. I was leaning towards real estate. I said all that to say this. This is before I started my YouTube channel. This is before I started making any real money. I was making average money just like everyone else. But the ultimate point that I'm making is that my family, even though we ultimately didn't end up doing it, unfortunately, my family all said, all right, Coop, you the one that's gonna handle the money off top. And the reason I bring that up is because they trusted me and they knew I'm not going to take your money, go and buy some Rams jewelry or dumb shit, that I'm a man of ethics and morals and I would never take anyone's money. But y'all got to be careful and know the people that you guys are sending this money to. It's unfortunate this happened.
Okay, so I'm going to make a part 2 to tell y'all how I ended up getting my money back because so many people have so many different questions.
Okay.
So this is the specific Airbnb. This trip was supposed to be a spring break trip to Tulum, Mexico that included 5 girls who were going to spend 7 days and 6 nights in Tulum, Mexico. The Airbnb we selected had 5 beds. It was 5 girls. Everybody wanted their own bed. Nobody wanted to share a bed.
Obviously.
It says 9 guests on Airbnb because that's how many guests are allowed, but there was just 5 of us. So it was $2,225. We found found this Airbnb,
That's
I
it.
want to say like 5 months ago, right? So the girl who ended up putting the deposit down, she had the money at the time to put the deposit down. Since she was the one who volunteered and had the money right away to put the deposit down, she was the one who the Airbnb was booked under. So she was the one who we were all going to be sending the money to when the deadline came to pay for the Airbnb. Basically, I call my friend that is our mutual friend, and when I call my friend, this is a complete and utter shock to her. She's like, girl, what the hell? When she called me and the other girls who are going on a trip, she told us that there is a missing payment of $400. She did not tell us why there was a missing payment of $400 or gave us any context as to why we were $400 short on the money for the Airbnb. As soon as my friend heard that her friend had spent my money contribution to the Airbnb on her rent, my friend zelled me that $400 immediately. And she was really just trying to get me to chill on her friend. She was saying the girl has a child and we're all 22 and she doesn't know how it's like to travel, and she's always had to miss out because she had her baby young and she's going through a lot being a single mom. And
in the words of Stephen A. Smith,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
she said their ages of being 22. Now I get it. I understand. I'm in my 40s now. You make more money as you get older. When I was 22, I was broke as well. Now that I'm in my 40s, I've definitely hit my financial stride. So I get it. We talking about two different ages, because I was thinking as a man my age now, no way in hell I'm giving my money to someone else to put down a deposit. That just sounds like some broke shit. But they are 22. So I get it. But damn, at least her friend sent her the money.
so she sent me that $400. My friend sent me that $400 out of her own pocket and was basically just like, hey,
trying to make it right.
Showing my friend, like, excuse her behavior. She's a single mom. She's going through a lot. She's never really got to travel because she had her baby young. The baby daddy don't help, blah, blah, blah. Moral of the story, I got my money back. I will not be going to Tulum, Mexico this spring. It's cool. Y'all will be seeing me travel this summer. Yeah, that's that. Since I got the money back, now we can really fully debrief.
We got
There's no way I sent money for a Airbnb and you allocated that money to your goddamn rent. Damn. Instead of you to, you know what I'm saying, like, cover it up, like, okay, you're asking me to send double?
It's crazy.
You asking me to send double? Then you're saying you'll pay me back, maybe, you don't know, kind of, sort of, after the trip, maybe. What money were you planning? And then, guys, clock this. There's no way you use that money for rent and you only use $400.
That's a good point. And you know her dusty ass don't have no money for the trip. If y'all actually did go, if she did go, she down there in Mexico with a few pesos to her name. She ain't got no spending money.
I bet my life that you use, there's no way my $400 was the only money that was touched. Because if we all sent you, it's 5 girls, okay? 400 times 4, that's $1,600. If we send you $1,600 for this Airbnb, there's no way that you spent $400 out of that $1,600. Then you just decided that that's my $400. You know what I'm trying to say? That story is already shaky. But because me and her are the least close out of all of the girls in the group, she wanted to let me know first that the funds collectively were allocated elsewhere, because she knew that I would be most likely to have an issue with it and I would pop first. You know what I'm saying? Because, not to talk shit, but when people have certain behaviors, I definitely believe people's friends tend to enable it.
Oh.
You know, like, I get it. People
women tend to enable it.
Are going through things in life. People are faced with unfortunate circumstances.
True.
But when you're doing bullshit and your friends are the first ones to kind of co-sign or kind of defend you or kind of, you know, not be as hard on you about it as they should, you're going to keep on doing it because you know your friends are going to let that shit slide, though.
Yes, no consequences for her actions. And you are the company you keep. That's what it boils down to. You are the company you keep. That wasn't your close friend, but that was your friend's close friend. And they knew she was dirty. They knew she was grimy. And at least good enough that you had one friend who sent you your $400 and squared you away, because I wasn't expecting that to happen. But you're 100% right. There's no consequences for that said dirty friend's actions. So she'll keep maneuvering in that fashion.
You're not gonna let it slide, though. You're gonna keep on doing it. Hello? But all jokes aside, this type of stuff usually never happens to me, y'all. I travel all the time. If you guys want to see travel content this summer, follow me. I travel all the time. This shit never happened to me. So the fact that this shit happened to me, I'm just like, oh, this is the first time this has ever happened to me in my life, I swear. This stuff don't happen to me. And that's why I was so quick to pull out of the trip, because it's like, I have other trips lined up. It's nothing. Like, I don't even worry. Like, I promise you, y'all will see me on a trip. Don't, I have other trips lined up. Don't sweat it. It's nothing. That's why I was so quick to pull out. A lot of people were saying I should still go, make memories, live my life. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll be on a trip, just not that one. I have many others. Many others.
Man, don't worry about it. You're 22 years old. You still have plenty of time to travel. But one of the things you realize, again, as you get older, I got this young lady by like 20 years. One of the things you realize as you get older, you prioritize things. And I get it. I've been young, that age, going out there. I was in the military at that time, traveling. One of the first places that I went to was outside of my military duty was Thailand when I was 25 years old. And I came home broke. I'm pretty sure I was broke when I came back home as well after 2 weeks in Bangkok and Pattaya and some other places. I think that traveling and vacationing broke is a young person's thing. You get over that as you get older, and then also as you get older, you start earning more income. So I get it. But the fact that she just felt happy, or not happy, but the fact that she felt it was okay to just take your $400 is absurd. And then on top of it, have the nerve to ask you for another $400. Who in their right mind would give you another $400 after you already demonstrated to be a shiesty individual with the first $400? He would have took you for your another $400 and then you would have been out $800. But salute to that young lady for not letting it bother her, and she's still going to continue to do her traveling as you should. I hope you have a great vacation on your next one. But that's crazy to me. And that was men. A text message, I wouldn't even take that. Once she got that crazy text message saying, I'm ashamed to say this, but I took your money, rent money. You know, we got to tell me face to face. That's not something you text. Because I want to see if you was bold enough to tell me that shit to my face than you was during the text message. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Am I tripping or not? Again, I'm not a violent person, but if you steal $400 or like that, just all willy-nilly and have the nerve to ask for it, another $400, you deserve a foot up your ass. Do better, squad. Fall out.